things have gotten very difficult. We was in the play-in, got bounced in the first round. We missed the playoffs in its entirety. But let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to run away. I believe we have the pieces. Now, he and I might disagree on that. But I believe a healthy AD, a healthy LeBron James, with some other pieces, which the guys playing well, the role players playing well, I believe we have an opportunity. That's what he's saying. Now, Skip, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is what I believe LeBron James is saying. If I'm healthy for 70-plus games, if AD can stay healthy like he did in his first season, I believe if our role players come along and play well, I believe we have a chance to contend. That's what he's believing. So for me, I also believe that he's gotten assurances from Rob Pelinka and Jeanie that they're going to do everything they possibly can to always make sure this is a winning situation. Or try to put him in the best situation that he can is possibly winning. This notion that LeBron James does not have any leverage is just like saying Southern California doesn't have sunshine. You and I both know that's just not true.
I don't because I'm seeing zero leverage.
I see. He's always going to have leverage. Jeanie understands. She took that from her father. He understood that players, superstar players, is what drives it. And she has the biggest one. You can say he's the 15th best player, but the 15th best player is still the face of the NBA. He's still the biggest single draw in all of basketball. And Jeanie Buss has him. And guess what? It's kind of like Vegas. You see a lot of these entertainers now, they set up residency in Vegas. They don't have to travel. He just set up residency in L.A. for 2 more years, plus an option for a third year.
That sounds like an owner who says, I just want to sell. I don't want to win.
Of course. No. She understands. She has the last name Buss. And Buss is all about winning. But she also understands that there's something that comes along with that. It's marketing, like her dad. I was watching a story about Magic the True and behind the scenes of how he came up with the Laker girls and all those things. Like, as you closer you get to the floor, I'll charge you this price. And the higher you get up, I'll charge you that price. But everybody gets an opportunity to be entertained and see a great game of basketball. So for me, Skip, to make a long story short, and sorry I went long, I'm not surprised because everything that he wants is right here in L.A. Now, it's a little bit more difficult because of you know who. I care not to mention his name because this is not about him this morning.
Okay, well, it's about to be.
I know you was going to make it about that. But I'm not surprised, Skip. Did you know LeBron James made $500 million in the NBA? $500 million.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm about to pounce all over that one. Okay, it is now finally my turn. It's the show. We got a couple minutes left. I'll talk fast.
Okay.
Somebody sitting across from me, the spin doctor, the LeBron apologist, sitting across from me is spinning a new tune. Because for weeks on end on this show, somebody sat in that chair right over there. It may have been somebody else.
It was me.
And told me that no way is LeBron going to cave in and sign very quickly. He's going to wait and make Jeanie sweat, make Pelinka sweat all through this season, and maybe after next year, then when he'll take his sweet time. And at some point next summer, he will sign, or maybe not sign his extension. He will make them sweat. And then I hear that on opening day, the first day he is eligible to sign this extension, he and his agent, Rich Paul, show up in El Segundo at the Laker facility to meet with Jeanie and Rob Pelinka. Like they're knocking on the door to say, we're ready. Are you going to sign it?
No.
Just to make sure.
You know what it's about, Skip, man. You know they had a conversation. What are you going to do? How are we going to make this team better? How are we going to stay contending for a championship? Can I get assurances this is what you're going to do if I remain here?
Which brings us to the current Woj report.
Right.
Which says that, all of a sudden, the Lakers freed up their thinking about the future first-round picks. And we've talked on and on about, Jeanie don't want to give up her future for a LeBron who's not going to be part of it.
And I told you that she would.
Okay, and these are picks way out there in 27 and 29. That's a long time away. But if you make them unprotected first-rounders, they have some value on the open market. So according to Woj, they have been off.
It all becomes clear. Introducing the first ever all-electric Chevy Blazer EV.
Now, for Kyrie, obviously Russ would be part of that deal, and who knows what else. But the essentials the deal makers had to be the 2 first-rounders, and that Jeannie, with a commitment from LeBron for at least the next 2 years, finally saw fit to say, okay, Brooklyn, I'll give you the 2 first-rounders that Shannon was pounding his side of the table for her to give in and give the Nets.
Yes.
And according to Woj, the Nets said exactly what I predicted they would. No, we're not interested.
No.
They don't want to trade Kyrie early.
But the reports have also said that they want to deal with Kevin Durant's situation first. Now, if Kevin Durant is still on the team, I'm not trading Kyrie because, like you said, you believe KD and Kyrie, along with Ben Simmons, gives them an excellent opportunity to contend for a title. Now, if KD is gone, all bets are off. I bet you if they were to trade KD, I bet you they trade Kyrie.
They're not going to trade KD. I said it. They're not going to trade KD or Kyrie.
You put that in there.
Okay, well, it's out there manifesting right before your very eyes. And that's what's happening. So all of a sudden, yesterday, out of the blue, LeBron's deal is done? Really?
Yeah.
That indicates zero leverage. That indicates a fading superstar who finally just gave in and said, hey, I just want to be here.
Wait a minute. You've been saying all along, Jeannie Buss is not going to give up 20, 27, 29 first-round picks because she has the leverage. What is LeBron going to do? She was willing to do that. So clearly, she had a conversation with LeBron. LeBron made it clear what he was looking for, and she acquiesced. So don't say LeBron didn't have no leverage. Now, at the end of the day, it comes down to happiness. He's happy here. But he also
is winning part of happiness.
Did he win a title? Everybody said LeBron James will never win a title. Now he won the title. He's won a title. He's done something Kawhi said you said Kawhi was going to do. When Kawhi going to win one? When the guy in Brooklyn going to win one? Except that
he won an asterisk of a title.
Your guy won
a shortened season, bubble-licious championship.
Kawhi was also in that shortened season.
Yeah, they didn't want to be there.
Okay, so what about KD?
They wanted to go home.
All I'm saying is, Skip, he's fulfilled an obligation by winning a title. Now, 20 years from now, nobody will remember because there was also a strike season in what was that, 99, in which Tim Duncan won the title? Nobody remembers that. LeBron's first title, there was also a strike-shortened season. Nobody remembers that. Just like now, nobody will remember. In 87 and I think in 82, the NFL, they had strike-shortened seasons. Does anybody say, oh, that was an asterisk Super Bowl. They only played 12 games. No, they did not.
Well, they didn't play in a bubble.
There you go.
Well, they didn't. They didn't play in a bubble. So what happened yesterday was Hollywood Bron showed his true colors, and they are purple and gold. He wants to be here. He wants the Southern California sunshine.
Yes.
Right? He wants to stay in Hollywood and chase Michael B. Jordan because he knows he can't chase down Michael Jordan, the real one, the GOAT.
Skip, what we're seeing is that what KD saw is not as easy as you think to try to put a team together and win a championship. So he sees that. LeBron is 38. Kevin Durant put the team together at 31. And what does he have to show for it? Absolutely, positively nothing. So there are no guarantees that if I leave here and try to assemble a team that I'm going to win a title. Okay, now I've broken up. I've left Southern California. I've uprooted my family to try to go chase a title. And what do I have to show for it?
Okay.